guys, how's it going? How you doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. Today I am doing my 2022 Project Pan finale and showing you the products that I will be starting with in my 2023 Project Pan. I'm doing this as one video because I want to get them both out. I have a lot of stuff going on this month and I want to make sure that I get it out in a timely way. I like to make sure that I bring you guys updates during my Project Pans, either the first or second Friday of every month. I think it's the first Friday of every month, and that Friday is coming up very, very quickly, a lot more quickly than I anticipated. And I know that that first Friday is this week, so I need to make sure that I get this up for you. And I wanted to make sure that I could start my 2023 as soon as possible, and you guys knew the products that I would be striving to consume in that first month, so that my intro didn't come out and then 2 weeks later my first update come out. So I also have another Project Pan that I intend on doing this month, so I need to make sure this one gets up prior to rolling in for that one. So let's go through the products that I had in my 2022 Project Pan, and then I will show you what I was able to come up with to start my project for 2023 with. For those of you new here, hi, my name is Donna. I'm a lover of all things high-end, colorful beauty and self-care. I also work in the beauty industry as a field leader for Ulta Beauty. I get a lot of education in my position. I like to bring you that education here on my channel. But I also just really like to talk about makeup. So if you're in for a chatty channel, you have found your home. I hope that you find that this channel brings as much solace to your soul as it does my own, and that you'll want to subscribe before you go. With that said, let's roll into this 2022 finale / 2023 intro of my Project Pan. There's a lot to go over this time, so I am just gonna roll out my 2022 Project Pan, and then we're gonna talk about my 2023. To start, I want to go through the products that were left in the 2022 Project Pan, and I'm going to start with the two that you know that we hit the goal on months ago. So these would be considered as products that hit goal when I think about the items that I wanted to complete in this Project Pan. These would be considered on that list, but I kept them in so that we could see how much product we were able to use up throughout the remainder of the year, because I think I hit my goal on one of them in October and on the other one in November, I do believe, or November and December. Those two updates, or the October-November updates, I cannot remember. This is the Pretty Vulgar Make Them Blush in the shade Hush Blush. This is what this one looks like. Initially, I had anticipated that this would be leaving my collection at the end of the year, regardless of where I was with it, because I knew it was an old blush in my collection. With that said, I have changed my mind. I fell back in love with this blush, and while I don't any longer determine it as the fixer blush in my collection, so to speak, I do determine it to be a blush that I really enjoy and I really still love. It is what is on my face today. I like it a lot and I will be holding on to it, but I think that you can see that pan has grown exponentially since we first laid eyes on pan in this product. So I did put this into my products that I planned pan for 2023, but I am going to take a small break on it and not bring it in right away because I am over that blush for the moment. That did roll in August, and it weighed 46 grams in August. It still weighs 45 grams, but you can see an incredible difference in what is in the pan from August to today. The second item is this Urban Decay Afterglow 8-Hour Powder Highlighter in the shade Sin. This also hit its goal of just hitting pan, I think it was last month, maybe the month before. This is what the product looks like currently. You can see that that pan is still going strong in this guy. It's really hard to see because it is a white highlighter. The lights are white, the background is white. It's super hard to see, but I will put a picture in here for you. This rolled in also in August. This did weigh 49 grams when we rolled it in, and today it is weighing 47 grams. That hasn't changed much since we started using it, but we did see the item hit pan, and I don't think that this has grown much since we initially hit pan, but it is a highlighter. It is what is in my brow bone today. It's in my inner corner today, and it is the highlight on my face as well. Then we have this guy here, which we are calling it an empty. The reason why we were calling it an empty is because I have a really hard time sharpening it right now, and I know that there's still a lot of pencil left, but it is hard to move this pencil around in the sharpener. And I think the biggest reason why, you guys, honestly, is because it's sticky. Like, the formula of this product has changed. That is in addition to it not being super easy to sharpen, another reason why I'm calling this an empty. It bothers my eyes so dang much. By the time this has been on my eyes for maybe a couple hours, my eyes are just, they feel awful. They feel heavy. They feel itchy. I just know that it's not something I should be using on my eyes anymore. And come on, I did get a grip ton of use out of this. This did roll in October, and in October it was, you know, quite a bit longer. I did get about half of what was left used of this product, but this has been a pencil that's been in my collection for a very long time, and I just think it's time. It's time to call it. It is going to be considered an empty towards the goal that I had set for the products that I had in this project pan. Some of you may disagree with that, but I guarantee you, if you had something that was bothering your eyes, your skin, your whatever, as much as that is, you would also trash it. So I'm calling it an empty because it has gotten as much use out of it as I can, and I put in a very noble effort. I'm not calling it a declutter because I've went as far as I can with that. The next item I have on the list is this. This is the Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Shadow Stick, and this is in the shade Vanilla. And when we put this into the project pan, it was full. I think I had used it twice, and this is what we have left. And I know that that's hard to see. Put it up against my hair there, you can see it a little bit better. That is all that is left, and I am really super excited to say that I feel like the progress on this has been exponential. I do have this in my plan to pan for 2023. I will be rolling this in at the start of the year. I just don't think that there's very much left in it. And I think that we could see this as an empty really early in the game. This might be like one of those gimme products that I'm giving myself at the beginning of 2023. I think that I was able to do some damage on that shadow stick, and I'm really happy with it. It is the eye primer that I solely used over the last month, so that I was certain that that item was gonna have some good progress over December's time frame. It was rolled in October as almost a completely full shadow stick. The next one I have is this one, and we didn't quite make goal, but this is the Touch and Soul No Problem Primer. This is a primer that my mom gave me that she got in a BoxyCharm. She actually gave me two, and I wanted to use up one of them. I knew that rolling this in October was probably not going to be beneficial to me seeing it empty at the end of the day, but this was almost full when we rolled it in, and you can see where the line marking is right now. It is a little over half empty, and I'm so excited about the progress that we made in this. This rolled in October at 100 grams, and I'm rolling it out of this project this year at 87 grams. I will be utilizing this as the primer focus, or one of the primer focuses for the first part of 2023. It is a primer that I really enjoy using, and it is on my plan to pan for 2023. So it will be one of the first things that you'll see in the project pan for 2023. The last item, knowing that this was not even going to, there was not really a goal on this except for to use as much of it as I possibly could. And it is the Bare Minerals Pressed Bronzer in the shade Warmth. Listen, this is the bronzer that I have on my face today. I do find that this is just a little bit too orange for my liking, to be honest. But I love Bare Minerals bronzers. I think that they are beautiful bronzers. They go on really well. They blend really, really beautifully. And if I have a darker, like a more gray toned contour on, in addition to this, it kind of helps with the orange, the warmth, which is the name of it, of this bronzer. It's not by any means a bronzer that I don't like, because I really do like it. But Bare Minerals bronzers are really, their pressed powders are really hard pressed. So it doesn't surprise me I have not been able to make very much progress with this, even though I've used it almost every day. This rolled in at 20 grams in October, and it's currently sitting at 19 grams. There is not a lot of progress here. It doesn't even look like I've used it, if I'm honest with you. But I do think I have this. Do I have this on my plan to pan? I can't remember if this is on my plan to pan. But either way, I know... Listen, I do think that sample size or travel size bronzers, highlighters, blushes are the perfect size, because it takes 900 years to go through any one of those powders. But this bronzer, I honestly think, even as a sample size, would take me 900 years to go through. It is so hard pressed, but beautiful. So I am taking a break on this. I don't remember if it's in my plan to pan or no. So at the end of the day, I had a 50 item goal for my Project Pan 2022. And I ended up hitting goal or panning, including the eyeliner that maybe nobody else thinks I should be counting as an empty. I ended up panning 36 items. That is not anywhere near my goal. But I am, even without the eyeliner, that's still 35 items, and I am really proud of that work. All but these two items had an empties target. So the goal was to empty those products. So of the 36 items that I'm counting towards goal, 33 of those items were emptied items, completely panned. And I'm really stoked about that. I'm really happy with the project and the progress that I made with that project. And I'm going to start 2023 with a 50 unit goal, because last year I was able to finish 33 items to completion. This year I was able to finish 36 items, 33 of those to completion, 3 of those to goal. This year I want to hit 50 items in 2023. I want to hit 50 items in 2023. One of those items I plan on panning in 2023 is a palette. I'm not doing a pan that palette. I don't want it to be like on my list of another project pan to be doing, but it is going to be part of my project pan from the beginning of the year to the end, or until I'm done with it. I just don't want to put all the pan that palette pressure on myself. So there's that, but it will be part of that. In my plan to pan video, I have 25 items. So 25 of that 50 unit goal have already been determined and picked out, and I know what I'm going after instead of just picking and choosing. And that leaves me 25 items that are swing items. So items that I find that I'm really enjoying and that I want to pan in that moment or whatever it is. So I really do think that I've got a good plan of action, a good strategy for my 2023 project pan, and should be able to hit that 50 item goal. I'm not mad at myself for not hitting the 50 item goal for 2022. I know I tried my best, and I know that I ended hitting goal on 36 items and completely emptying 33 of those items. So I'm really proud of that. But let's roll into the products that I'll be panning in my Project Pan 2023. You guys, this isn't going to be any different than my project pans of years past. I will have 10 items rolling in my collection from beginning to end, which means I will always have 10 items rolling in my project pan. One of them will be a palette that I will have open and going, but I will have Gimme products in there, and I will also have harder products that are going to take a wee bit of time to get through. So I hope that you're ready for it, because I'm ready to show you. Let's start with the ones that are rolling over into the first part of this project pan. And the first one is this Touch and Soul No Pore Blend Primer. This again weighed in at 87 grams, and I will be rolling this in to start at the beginning of the year. Beans is that you can see we have half of it, a little over half of it gone already. This rolled into my last year's project pan in October, and I was able to use that much in 2 months. I do think that this will probably be able to be gone in 2 months' time. The next one I have that I am also rolling into the beginning of the 2023 project pan is the Bobbi Brown Shadow Stick in the shade Vanilla. It's not got much left to it. I do think that this might take me 2 months to get through. I do think that we should be able to watch this leave the project pan and be completed by March at the latest as well. So all of January and all of February, I do think by March's update, we will see this gone. So 2 products that are rolling back into this project pan from last project pan, and that is it. The palette, let's get that out of the way, is the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette. This palette has been in my collection for a very, very long time, and it actually ended up in my rankings videos as one of the top like 20 palettes. I was shocked at how much I loved the shimmers in this palette. I do think that because they're shimmers, it won't take me very long to get through them. But this one is a giant shimmer pan. It's meant as a face highlight. I don't love it as a face highlight, but I will wear it as a shimmer, inner corner, a brow bone highlight. I will wear it as those things. And I do think that this will probably take me all year to get through. Again, I'm not doing it as a pan that palette because I don't want to put that pressure on myself. But I am really excited to roll a palette into the project pan this year, just to see where I can go with it. And this did, we'll be able to see movement in the shadows, but I will also be weighing this. This did come in at 147 grams today as I'm filming, and I can't wait to watch the progress on this as we roll through this. That will be a long-term product. And the next one that will probably be a longer term product is this guy here. I can't make a marking on this yet. I am going to hopefully be able to make a marking before you guys are seeing this video, but this is the Zoeva Authentic Skin Natural Luminous Foundation, and this is in the shade Beautiful, which is 050N. I do think that this is the absolute wrongest color for me, to be honest. It is what's on my face today, but I have it warmed up with warmth and all kinds of other things because it is a very, very pale, very pale foundation. This guy weighed in at 138 grams today as I am filming this, and I will make a marking as soon as I can. This is relatively full, if I'm honest with you. I think I purchased it and then I used it through one like winter season, and then I put it away, and I've only used it sporadically since. It has been in my Shop My Stash over the last month, and I will put it into my project pan to continue using it through the winter months. But once winter is over, this isn't going to work for me. So my goal on this, without being able to see where it's sitting in the bottle, I can tell you I would like to get down to where it says authentic skin. That is ultimately where my goal is today to get to before I roll this out. So that is what the goal is on this guy. I would like to say, without being able to determine where it's at, I don't want to give myself a usage goal that will be hard to, because I would say like 100 grams, but I don't know what 100 grams means, and this is glass. So a lot of that 100 grams might be the bottle, and I would hate to be trying to suffer through that throughout the summer, because I just know it's not gonna, it barely matches me now. I know it's not gonna be the color throughout summer. So the next item I'm bringing in is this. This is the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is one of their brow gels, and this one is one that has like little fibers in it, and it's not clear. It's got color to it. So it's not necessarily my favorite. My favorite is the clear one. And this isn't necessarily in the shade that I love. It's in shade 3 in the Benefit range, but I can get it a little more like the shade that I love with the next product I'm going to show you as well. This guy weighs in at 8 grams to start this year. I don't anticipate that this will last much longer than the April update. And I think that that is a perfect amount of time for me to use it with the next product I'm going to show you and get it out of my collection. Open back up a clear brow gel because I love the clear brow gel. But this is the pencil that I plan on using. This is the Benefit Gimme Brow Plus Volumizing Pencil. And this is what it looks like, but I'll be able to show you also pictures of my little tally and where it's at right now. This is in shade 4.5 in the Benefit shade range. I love this pencil. It actually surprises me that I like this pencil as much as I do. It's also got, you know, fibers in it like this guy does, and it helps make your brows look a little bit more voluminous. They both are what is in my brows today, and I think that you can see, especially on this one, how warm that Gimme Brow is. I definitely need my brows touched by the magical hands of an arch expert soon. But for now, this is what I'm using. It's a perfect combination. I do think this will outlast this because brow pencils typically take forever. I've been using it for the last couple months. I think I've only sharpened it twice. So I do anticipate this as a long-term product. Next is going to be a setting spray. So I'm pulling in the Hourglass Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. I did use it today. I really kind of like it. I don't love the smell of it, if I'm honest. This is full. This guy weighed in at 134 grams. I do want to empty this. The goal on this is to empty this. Empty. Almost everything right now has a goal of empty except for the Zoeva foundation, and that's only because I know that that's not going to work for me after a couple of months. All of these items were on my 2023 planned pan, so none of these are swing items. So I'm using 10 of the 25 items that I had on my plan to pan list already, but that's okay. I do think that I could, using it on my face as well as using it to, you know, foil eyeshadows and all the things, I could legitimately have this out of my collection by March. I just need to use it like I used to use setting spray, and I don't typically use setting spray all that often anymore. But I really do like this one. So I do anticipate I can have this done by the April update. The next one I have is this. This is the Thrive Lip Filler Lip Liner in the shade Geese Lawn. This is one of my favorites. I've pulled it in to shop my stash probably like 4 times because it's one of my favorite lip liners. This is where it's at right now, and you'll also see the tracker that I have for it. I love the shade of this lip liner. I think that it is beautiful. It goes with almost everything. It is just, it reminds me a lot of Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude. And I finished that lip liner last year. This one is not a pencil though, and there's not much left of it. It is a little bit more creamy. I do anticipate I could have this gone by the April update as well. This is the Valentino face base. I do believe it's called Valentino V-Lighter face base. This weighed in at 9 grams to begin with. It is a sample. It's one of the 100 point perk items that you can buy with your points from Sephora. It is a little bigger than a sample, but not big enough to be considered a travel size. And I did pick it up because of the way Lauren May Beauty was raving about this product. I haven't used it, not yet, not one time, but I did put it into my 2023 planned pan because it is something that impacts my inventory levels, and I think that this is an easy product to get gone. I am going to, even though this is also in my project pan, and I do have a couple month date on it, I do think that I'm going to pause on this and use this one first, and I could have this one gone probably by next update. That I wear primer every day, whether I'm wearing makeup or not. I do anticipate that I can have this on my face every single day, and that this will not be in my collection after next month. This will be, in my predictions, our first empty in this plan, in this project pan for 2023. And the last one is this, and this is the Nars Tinted Balm, Tinted Lip Balm, and I accidentally got some fingernail or something. I think it was my pen actually, as I was documenting where it was sitting right now. But this is all that's left of this guy. And I do think that that's not going to take me very long to get through. This was the birthday gift. This was one of the birthday gifts. And I think it was not last year's birthday gift, but the year before that, if I remember correctly, from Sephora. Last year, I panned the Laguna bronzer that came with it, and I loved that Laguna bronzer, and because I loved that Laguna bronzer, I started using this, and it became very quickly my purse balm. And I don't think it'll take me very long to go through it because it's my purse balm. It is what's on my lips today. I love how hydrating it feels, how silky it makes my lips feel, and I love how easy it is to reapply. There's not a lot of color to it. It's just a little bit of a tint, and it's kind of a perfect, almost peachy tint to it. I really love it. So I do anticipate within the first couple months this will be gone as well. So we're predicting by the March update this will be out of our collection as well. If my predictions are right, we will see this leave by next month. We will see these gone by March. This and this gone by April. Oh, and this. These three things gone by April. And the rest of them are kind of long-term products. I do have this on the list as a March item as well. But I think starting with this will probably be April. So let's add this to the April tally. I do think that 6 out of the 10 items in here will be rolled out by the April update. And I'm super stoked about that. So let me know what you guys think about the project pan items that I brought in for 2023. Let me know how you feel the finale went and what your thoughts are on my 2022 project pan. I do have a 50 unit goal again this year. I do think I've got a strategy that's better than it was last year to hit that 50 unit goal. And I'm really excited to bring this content to you this year. This is one of 2 project pans that I will be doing this year. My intention is to also take part in Deca panning. I'm super excited about that. But it'll be my first year doing it. And I watch all the Deca panning people. And I love watching that, and that just seems like such a fun project pan to be a part of, so I can't wait for that, and that will have different items than what's in here. I just wanted to pause and thank every single person for all of your activity, all of your watch time that you've allowed me, and just allowing me to invade your space and your home and give me, just all the things that you guys have given me. I am starting 2023 as a monetized content creator here on the platform, and that blows my mind. This is, my 5th year at this, and it's always been me just out here doing what I do because for the sheer joy of doing it. I want to make sure that you guys know I thank you so, so much from the bottom of my heart for everything that you have allowed me to give you as far as content that you enjoy watching or education that you enjoy getting. None of that is going to change just because I'm monetized. I promise you that. I will always be me. I promise you that. And I will always be out here again just for the sheer joy of it. I know that AdSense isn't going to make or break whether I am out here doing my business or no, since I've been doing it for 5 years for you for free. Special thank you to Christy Pope, who is one of my subscribers / friends out there who I know was running my playlist time after time, day after day, and encouraging me to get other people on that bandwagon so that I could get monetized because she believed in me before I believed in me. So thank you, special thank you to her. But man, you guys, special thank you to every single one of you. I hope that 2023 is an amazing year for you. I hope that it's also an amazing year for me, and I hope that we can see each other's growth and love and all the things that we desire from 2023. All of our wishes and our resolutions and our dreams come true. God knows I'm jumping back on that healthcare journey in 2023. That isn't really a resolution. That's just me putting my foot down and saying, you've done this before, you need to do it again, because why be miserable when you can be a happy camper all the time? But thank you guys. Again, I love you guys so much. I hope that you and yours are well, that you are all safe and healthy and getting along as best you can in this crazy world that we're living in. And I hope that you are all loving each other, but loving each other from afar. And until next time, bye, friends.